What's up, Star Wars fans? Today I want to talk about the connection between the Ahsoka Tano series and the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. But hey, before we get to that, if you love Star Wars and speculation, then hit that subscribe button and come back again soon for more. But that said, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series starts with a broken Obi-Wan Kenobi who hasn't been in touch with the Force and lost much of his power. Through the trials and tribulations of rescuing Princess Leia, Obi-Wan is able to reconnect to the Force and become even stronger than ever. And all of this strength really comes from one thing, and that is letting go of the past. At the beginning of this series, Obi-Wan Kenobi is absolutely broken. The fact that his former Padawan Anakin Skywalker fell to the dark side is something that haunts him and fills him with guilt. And I believe the Ahsoka Tano that we see in The Mandalorian Season 2, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, still has to deal with her past in Anakin Skywalker, the fact that she left the Jedi Order, and after that her master and friend was manipulated into falling to the dark side. And I believe the beginning of the Ahsoka series will see Ahsoka Tano on a solo adventure without Sabine Wren, during which she will go through a similar transformation to Obi-Wan Kenobi, letting go of that guilt and moving on to become an even more powerful Force user. And I certainly have some evidence to support this. In the Ahsoka series sneak peek at Star Wars Celebration, we see Ahsoka Tano working by herself at what seems to be a Jedi temple. There have also been set leaks from this series that again hint that Ahsoka will be traveling to a Jedi temple, but probably one of the biggest hints comes from Ahsoka Tano herself. Rosario Dawson recently stated there have been two instances where Ahsoka's shown up on a mission. You see how she's interacting with folks, but you don't really get her per se. Even fans who've lived with her for so long don't know where she's at in her personal journey. And in this interview with Empire Magazine, it certainly seems that Rosario Dawson is hinting that we're going to get a very personal story, at least partially, in the Ahsoka series. So sure, it makes sense that Ahsoka is going on a solo mission to this Jedi temple, but where exactly does Anakin come into all this, and therefore that connection to the Obi-Wan series? Well, remember back in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, Ahsoka Tano refused to train little baby Grogu, stating that Grogu's attachments to Din Djarin make him very susceptible to his fears, and that she's seen what this can do to a fully trained Jedi Knight, obviously referring to her former master Anakin Skywalker. So to me, even though Ahsoka Tano isn't completely broken like we see Kenobi at the beginning of his series, I do believe she still has to deal with that past in Anakin Skywalker, completely letting go of that guilt and moving on. So I believe at the beginning of Ahsoka's series, we will see her traveling to a Jedi temple in order to deal with this fear, and she will for the first time make a connection with Anakin Skywalker, hearing his voice in that temple. And again, I have some evidence to support this because we know Hayden Christensen is going to be part of the Ahsoka series, although recently I did argue that I didn't think it was going to be a physical presence. Back in October of 2021, The Hollywood Reporter, a very reliable source, stated that Hayden will be part of the series. But if my theory is right, then what exactly is the point of all this? Well, in the Star Wars Rebels epilogue, we certainly see a different Ahsoka Tano to the one that we see in the Book of Boba Fett in Mandalorian Season 2. The white or beige cloak that she's wearing and the staff that she's holding certainly makes it seem like this is a next level Ahsoka Tano. From the Ahsoka we've seen so far in live action to the Ahsoka we see in Star Wars Rebels, who many refer to as Ahsoka the White. And again, this is very similar to the transition that we see Obi-Wan Kenobi go through in his series, to the point where Obi-Wan Kenobi is even wearing a similar color to Ahsoka Tano in that Rebels epilogue. And once Obi-Wan has dealt with his demons of the past, he's able to contact his former master Qui-Gon Jinn. And I think we might see something similar in the Ahsoka series. Once Ahsoka is at that Jedi temple, I believe she will have a similar vision to the one that Obi-Wan Kenobi has when he is trapped beneath the rubble by Darth Vader. Kenobi hears the voice of Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader, but is eventually able to quiet his mind of those voices, and therefore allows him to look at the present and future in the importance of Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker. So wouldn't it be interesting if Ahsoka had a similar moment as she's meditating in that Jedi temple? She hears the voice of Anakin Skywalker, but eventually, like Kenobi, is able to quiet her mind, and then she is able to look to Ezra Bridger and Sabine as a next generation of heroes that she must help. And just like Kenobi, this is going to give her a next level of power. She would be filled with resolve to take Sabine on an adventure to track down Ezra Bridger, the missing Force user that saved her from Darth Vader all those years ago. And again, despite what I've said in a recent video, she might even be able to have a discussion with a Force Ghost Anakin after that moment. Having Anakin Skywalker's voice or Force Ghost reinforced the fact that it wasn't Ahsoka's fault that Anakin Skywalker fell to the dark side and became Darth Vader. A moment like that could certainly be very powerful for the Ahsoka character and could certainly take her to that next level of power ability that we all think that she has in that Rebels epilogue. From there, no doubt Ahsoka would track down the staff that we see in the Rebels epilogue, and then from the Jedi Temple she would travel to Lothal, collecting Sabine Wren and starting the search for Ezra Bridger. But I think everybody can get behind the idea that Ahsoka is going to go through some sort of growth in the Ahsoka series, very similar to what we see Kenobi do in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. That said, what did you think of my theory and speculation? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I'm Mike, and remember, the Force will be with you always.